Ready for another episode of Smoko Bros? Yeah!
Smoko Bros!
Hi, I'm Jack Smith.
Hey, I'm Sean Conway.
I'm George Evans.
And this is
Fuck,
Smoko
I was
Bros.
trying to interrupt you.
I know, that's why I
Let's
got
do
it
it
out
again.
quick. Hi, I'm Jack Smith.
I'm George Evans.
I'm Sean Conway.
And this is Smoko Bros.
Smoko Bros. Okay. This is the third episode, and I reckon by the fourth time we will get it down pat. But what do you guys reckon of the fight on the weekend? You guys watch it?
Yeah, I found it quite boring, to be honest.
Yeah.
I was disappointed.
Yeah.
You're
Everyone
watching a
wanted it.
20-year-old beat up someone in their
Well,
late 50s.
It was like a lose-lose situation. He either beat up an old man or he got
But that was
beat up by
kinda-
an old man. So
That was kind of respectable from Logan Paul.
yeah,
From his perspective of like going past the second round, he could have really killed Mike Tyson. But like I was like, man, Tyson's got this. Like Tyson's got
the first round, I was like, he's
Nah.
still fucking got this, eh? Like, and
Nah.
then the second round, you can just see the look on his face. Like,
Oh, he's got no stamina.
No. When he left, when he first hit the walkway, and he had a knee brace, it was like, oh, no, that's not good.
You see the grand entrance fucking Jake Paul made, and then Tyson just walked out by himself.
Well, that was the one thing I was disappointed about. I reckon because Tyson back in the day used to come out to one note, and it was like this ominous one note, and then he came out to like some rap music, and I was like, it's just what was he 60?
He's 58.
58. Like, I'm not paying to see prime Mike Tyson, but at the same time, I kind of want you to do what I want you to do, Tyson. If anything, he should have walked out with like a pigeon behind him. Like, have you ever watched the TV
series,
show? Oh, it's amazing. Did you have money on it?
Nah.
Yeah, I had. There was a Mike Tyson Logan Paul script going around of how the fight would play out, and I put money on it. And that's then.
I didn't read the script. What did it say? Who was
What the script said is not how it eventuated. It was just some dork that ChatGPT put it together, I reckon. But you put money on it?
No, I don't bet.
No? Why not?
I bet once a year on the Melbourne Cup, and that's it.
Why? Why?
It's just the people that are in the TAB. They scare me.
You can do it on your phone. Or you just don't like the reflection that looks back at you. Look at this fucking disgusting piece of shit. Wasted his life and... that got a bit too personal for my own self-reflection.
Are you still doing the Cash 3?
Nah. No, I checked it last night and then it was like I got... Whatever the first number was like in a bunch of my rows and I'm like, fuck. And then I got none of the next three numbers and I was like, fuck this. I think I won $12 after like $100 on Lotto. Why are you bringing that shit up?
Still gambling, man.
So,
Nah.
did you guys hear about Jake Paul's outfit that he wore?
Logan Paul?
Logan Paul, sorry, yeah.
all the diamonds, right?
It was the most expensive boxing attire ever worn. His just shorts and his shirt was worth $1 million.
Yeah, because it was bedazzled with crystals and shit like
Yeah,
that.
like diamonds and all sorts of crazy shit.
Yeah.
It's a bit of wanky pageantry, really.
Yeah, but that was... did you ever see...
But it's a tax write-off, too.
Tyson, yeah. I don't know.
It's work attire.
True. But did you ever...
Just imagine the account, like, you bring a receipt.
Did you ever see the Bronze Bomber and Tyson Fury fight?
No.
He came out with like... it was like a bedazzled... It wasn't a Darth Vader mask, but it was like that sort of size. Like this full head cover and like a jacket that was like all covered in little gems and black helmet. And he walked from like the change room to the ring. He reckoned that that's why he lost energy midway through the fight, was carrying this costume to the ring. Yeah.
Well, it didn't seem like it was going to work from the start because there's a 31-year age difference between the two. Like, when Tyson actually started his professional career, Logan Paul wasn't even born.
Yeah. I don't think I was either. But it was just the romance of it. Like, I got caught up in the hype thinking if Tyson just gets like one little snap. But then you see a lot of like Mike Tyson's, like his retirement fights in the early 2000s. It was kind of like that. He didn't want to be there. Like, he kind of wanted them. The highlight of the fight was seeing his bare butt cheeks. Like, they were a couple of little Hershey's Kisses. I don't swing that way, but they were kind of like...
Hey, it's the right month for it.
If you're going to squeeze, like, Pam Anderson's tits, like, I want to squeeze those butt cheeks, you know what I mean? But did you see the comparison? It was... They had Lizzo walking onto the plane, and it was the exact same look.
You see the article? I saw it today. It's like Mike Tyson, like he believes he should have died from AIDS.
What?
Probably.
Yeah,
He's got it, or he just fucks a lot?
And then like I read the article because I was like, I'm not just going to read the headline for this one. I'll actually read the article, and like it's like he was in a relationship with someone, and then they had a threesome with someone else, and then she had AIDS, and he was like, I should have got it. I was doing it raw, you know, like
Yeah. Well, that's how
that's how AIDS gets spread.
Magic Johnson got it.
Was it?
From Mike Tyson.
Probably. You want a thief of magic?
Yeah, you go to one Diddy party.
Well, he was also in prison. You know, you never know what he was up to in prison.
Well, he definitely wasn't a bottom. I mean...
You don't think so? Well, that's the old Eddie Murphy joke with Mr. T. Do you ever see that?
Yeah.
I'm not going to do it justice. And I don't think it's aged well. It was, what if... do you know the Honeymooners? Norden from the Honeymoon? It was, imagine if he was gay and got fucked by Mr. T. Watch Delirious. Like, I'm not doing the bit, but it's...
I haven't actually watched it.
And he's just like, don't fuck me too hard. I'll squeeze my butt cheeks and rip your dick off. Yeah.
Well, this took a...
Speaking of butthole, you see what the Japanese are up to?
that oxygen stuff.
Yeah. We were recording? Yeah, fuck. Jeez. I'm scared. Did you press record?
No, I think Tommy did.
Oh, you did? Okay. Thank fuck. Yeah, you see what the Japanese are doing? With the...
Yeah, so they made like a gel that they can insert in a rectum and you can hold your breath for longer.
Yeah, that's what I've been telling the ladies for years. I got a little gel that I'm going to squeeze in. But yeah, that it had a bit of Human Centipede vibe to it, don't you think? Because like the dude at the end of the Human Centipede was an Asian dude, and it was kind of like it felt like we got to look after our brethren, you know?
Well, it just cracked me up when they said they're ready for human trials. I'm just wondering who's putting their hand up for that, you know?
Well, it's all the respiratory. Yeah, lung problems. Yeah, there's that's why they created it, was for people that had lung problems that they could they could breathe through their buttholes. Which I'm pretty sure South Park did this 20 years ago on an episode, but it was like eating.
Eating backwards.
You put your food up your butthole and then you shit out your mouth.
Pass me that bucket.
Would you do it?
Well,
I don't get how it works.
Well, I think I think you've got a certain absorption rate within your intestine. So the idea is you have like a rich oxygenated gel, and your intestine pulls the oxygen out of that into your bloodstream.
You know how like you used to do butt chugging at where you put like beer or wine up your ass and you get drunk quicker?
Well, I know I never did it. But
I know of it. Says the only bi man at this table. Where's the gift?
Speaking of bi, that's a new Mr. Dim impression that I came up with. It's my dad. This is an impression of my dad after I told him I'm bisexual. Hey, bisexual, I'm Dad. I'll be wearing a Superman costume, but
it'll play well.
I'll have to do it now, so they've got reference.
Did you hear about the kids? They were like young kids were doing that at one stage. They were dipping tampons in alcohol and shoving them up their ass.
Yeah, it was a fraternity thing.
Yeah, but apparently it gets you absolutely wrecked.
Yeah,
because it gets into the bloodstream.
Well, they do. Remember the funnels that we used to have?
Yeah.
You know,
the drinking funnels.
The drinking funnels. Well, there were those. and you put it in your butthole. And there was a dude, I'm pretty sure he was...
Well, they did that on Jackass.
Yeah, but they also did it as a hazing thing. And there was a dude in, I want to say Alabama, that did it. And he was like a real prissy rich kid. And then got that drunk that he like terrorized the campus and like got arrested. And their whole defense was, my son's not gay. My son's not gay. He didn't do that shit. He got spiked.
Rectally spiked.
Rectally spiked, which is the worst kind of spiked.
He was just sticking oxygen gel up his ass.
Fuck yeah.
They told him he was going to breathe for longer.
I tell you what, that's going to be the rigging of the 2038 Olympics. It's just like, they got to find like Ian Thorpe with gel balls up his ass and be like, he's got extra oxygen in his system. Isn't that what oxygen's good?
What, for swimming?
Well, I don't think it can make you hold your breath longer though. I think it's
it just stops you from it.
oxygen in
No,
your
but
lungs.
isn't that what the blood for Lance Armstrong was to oxidize the blood?
Don't know.
I think that's the same thing, right?
Yeah, maybe. I mean, there is a bit of a history of people sticking things up their bum to cheat, like the chess players.
The chess player, I was thinking the exact same thing.
My favourite fucking conspiracy, that one, because it's just such a random thing to do. Like, surely you didn't need to put it in your rectum.
No, but that's also like a great way. When you act crazy and then you catch me out for cheating and you go around, he stuck shit up his ass to cheat, and it's like, sure he did, Jack.
Yeah.
Sure he did.
Prove it.
Well, was that even proven true?
No, I think it was just a rumour. I'm not sure if they ever proved that he did it.
How did he even get to that then? How would I even know? You're just really good at chess.
Maybe he was just better than he used to be or was.
Yeah, there's some weird thing. But like, why would you do it for chess? You'd do it for like poker or something, wouldn't you? Like, isn't that how they used to always cheat? They used to have the little...
Or like Who Wants to Be a Millionaire or something?
No,
Just in
did
the
you
back-
see the coffin?
with like your phone, and then just... Because you can probably control it from your phone, I assume. It's like A, B, C kind of thing.
Yeah.
I think that's what it was.
I think we have an
with the
idea.
Do they still do that?
Who Wants to Be a Millionaire?
Yeah.
I think it's Millionaire Hot Seat now, and like it's just constantly switching people out.
Ah.
Yeah, it's not as fun.
Did you hear about that woman turning 110?
Oh, yeah. Is that the one that...
Drinks a bush chook every day and has done for the last 60 years.
she 110?
She's 110. What a legend, too.
Is she Australian? She'd have to be
She's
Australian.
Australian, yeah.
110. And that's why would you live?
Yeah.
That used to be the punishment on our footy trips. Not footy trip, like for...
Living to 110.
Yeah. It's a crazy sport.
Most of them are dead now, but...
No, we had our coach would have a warm carton of Emu Export in the boot for the whole season. And if you got worst on ground, you had to shotgun a warm Emu Export after the game. We didn't win for 3 years. It was hotly contested who was the worst on ground. But what else have we got? Oh, did you guys see on McGiff?
Yeah.
I laughed so hard.
Did you? At me or with me? Because I wasn't laughing.
At you.
No, because there was a few people who sent it to me. And then it was just another... That was a COVID short film. It was a TV series or web series. And I was in the crowd with a bunch of kids, and those kids would not stop farting the whole shoot for like 6 hours. During
It's
COVID.
him.
Yeah, it was just like they were all cropped us, and like my whole character was to pretend to be angry.
Yeah.
And it was the most method I've ever been in my life. So it was crook. What about you? Where are your notes? I've got notes here. He's got notes. What are you?
I thought we were like loosey goosey, but
Nah.
Did you hear
Now
him?
we're stressed out, bro. Well, there was one thing that you mentioned, Hot and Frosty. Speaking
I did.
of movies,
Yeah. I watched
you watch
that.
it?
I did. Last
with
night.
the missus, or
Yeah, I forced her to watch it with me.
Yeah.
So it was less gay, but
yeah, it's still pretty gay.
What is it? I didn't watch it.
it's a snowman that gets brought to life with a magic scarf, but then the scarf isn't really ever mentioned. Did you even watch it?
No,
No, fuck.
Yeah, we're like, we'll all watch it.
So this woman's husband dies from cancer, and she's
why
lonely.
do all Christmas movies have someone dying of cancer?
Yeah.
It's like the hallmark like without cancer, Hallmark wouldn't exist. I don't think.
Well, so like her husband was a handyman, right? And it doesn't really specifically say how long he's been dead for, but the entire house is just like falling apart and getting dilapidated because he's now
Because
dead.
a woman's in charge of the house.
How much is he doing? What do you mean? Like the heating's not working, the stairs have holes in them, the roof's leaking, like, and then the snowman comes and he learns how to be a handyman.
If
by
only she
watching
would
TV for
cook a
day.
meal, this house
Well,
would look.
he learns how to cook from watching TV, so then he does all the. But then she owns a diner, so she does all the. Oh, that was it as well. She's like, I used to cook, but I haven't since my husband died, and then it's like this whole thing, and then they cook together and it makes the cooking shit. But it wasn't great. Like it was pretty boring.
Well, he's a snowman, isn't he?
Yeah, but then like he has concepts of cancer. Like he sort of knew what cancer was, and then even when he gets brought to life, he's like,
Yeah, cancer are those little black buttons on his chest.
It was like I was a snowman, and then you put the scarf on me, and then now I'm a man. So was he already a sentient snowman that was already there?
You watched it.
I don't know.
So what happened? How did it end? How did it end?
Did they hook
like,
up?
just think like, well, what do you think would happen if a snowman gets brought to life? What do you think the climax of that movie would be?
Carrot dick.
I tell you how I'd like.
The hot frost.
I tell you how I'd like it to
Frosty.
end. If I tell you what, if it was the roles were reverse, is that like the dude was the lead and he made like a female snow woman, and then they hook up at the end, and then he wakes up and it was just one big wet dream, and he's just all good like Ghostbusters.
I think if it was roles were reversed, then it wouldn't have taken a week for
The house would have looked a
them to
lot better.
He would have fucked her immediately.
This is how we celebrate Christmas.
My wife died. But yeah, he melts and then he gets brought back to life with the kiss of true love. And
What was she kissing? The curb?
no, because he melts, but he doesn't melt. He just gets really sweaty, and then he's dead at the end, and he gets taken out into the snow to cool down, and he can't wake up, and then he gets kissed by her, and the whole town's there to see this as well because they get on board with the fact that he was once a snowman. They're like, well, it's the only reason why this nice, like, respectable man is so nice and respectable. He was obviously a snowman before. He couldn't be a real man. Like.
It's a fiction. I don't know. Christmas movies are slipping. Like they, I don't know. When I was a kid, they were like immaculate. They were still immaculate. Like Miracle on 34th Street, great Christmas movie. The Muppets Christmas Carol, brilliant movie. And now it's just all cancer. Or there was one with the chick from. I went and saw this at the cinema. There was the chick from Game of Thrones, I think, and she had a heart problem, and then she started dating an Asian dude, and the Asian dude wasn't there because of Christmas.
I don't celebrate it, so of course.
Oh, it was like, no, she got her heart replaced by like some Chinese ghost. I don't fucking remember.
She becomes the Chinese person she took.
No,
part
she
from?
started dating him, and then I was just like,
Wait, so where does the heart? Is the heart from like the Chinese guy's dead from cancer wife or something? Or
no, from him being dead. It was a ghost the whole time.
oh,
So she got the heart and she starts seeing him, but he doesn't
Yeah.
exist. Okay.
Yeah.
Yep.
Terrible fucking
would that
movie.
work?
And then I watched one, and it was I watched it last night. It was the Great Christmas Heist, and it was an Irish movie. And I tell you what, it has to. I think it's Northern Irish. I think it's a Northern Irish movie. And fuck, they go hard in the paint. Fucking, the mum slaps the son, and they have Santa at the end, who's Timothy Spall, who's like the rat from Harry Potter. You ever watched that?
yeah.
Amazing actor, is Timothy Spall. But he's Santa, and like they keep hamming it up that this is the real Santa. Like, and he looks like it. He looks like the real Santa. Turns out he's just fucking the village lunatic that has schizophrenia. And it's like, and then they just start pretending, oh, that's the real Santa. And it's like, how is that the ending? How is that the ending? Who the fuck is this meant to make feel good? Not me. I was
Isn't
sad.
that just Miracle on 34?
That was the real Santa. I'm pretty sure Miracle
Well,
on
just cut off early, and then it was like, well, he's actually schizophrenic.
Well, no, I think. Oh no, he just gets in his sleigh and then fucks off. Like that would have been a good ending, you know. But the Miracle on 34th Street is okay. Thinking back is kind of pretty bad because they only prove that he's Santa on a technicality in the law. Because what was it? It was the mail got delivered to Santa.
Yeah.
And his name was Santa, so technically
That's the whole basis for the movie. Like,
was like
wait, so why is he getting argued? Like,
who?
why is he in court? I've never seen it, so
Oh no, so he was
he's committing mail fraud.
no.
and that's what he's there
So
for.
he was the Macy's Santa,
right.
and he was like, and in the original one, he could speak Dutch to like a little Dutch foreign girl, but in the modern one, it's like he can do sign language, and yeah, they go to court. Oh no, he assaults another Santa. he cracks another Santa, and they took photos of it. And it's like, we got to take him to court, and then they wouldn't believe that he's Santa, and then he proves that he's Santa. This is definitely a Smoko
Doesn't-
break conversation, but it's a great
Sound
movie.
like it
Miracle.
makes no sense.
Oh no, it's a great movie.
So
It's
to get
got-
out of the assault, he has to prove he's Santa.
No,
Well, it's
they
like, all right,
sent
he's still
him-
Santa, but you still assaulted someone.
Oh
so-
no, they did. No, wait. So there was a scene where they sent him to the mental institution, and I had Horatio Sands from SNL. He was the warden at the insane asylum, and I think that's what the premise was. Like, so he bashed a dude. Instead of taking him to prison, they put him to the insane asylum because he kept saying he was Santa, and then they proved he was Santa by mail. Yeah. I hope that gets you into the Christmas spirits, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, real the world.
Did you hear the news today about Alan Jones?
That's old
Yeah.
news.
Well, he's been charged today.
Yeah. I mean, did you ever see the footage of, I'm pretty sure it's Alan Jones and Chopper on the Kerry Ann Kennelly show?
No.
And it was Alan Joyce is saying, I'm pretty sure this is Alan Joyce. Otherwise, this is Alan Joyce is saying, you're just a criminal. Like, why would anyone listen to you? And it's like, I'm a criminal. I wasn't the one that got caught on my knees in a public bathroom. And fucking and Kerry Ann, you got to get off the air and shit. But, yeah, no, he was a bit of a toilet creep, wasn't he?
Toilet diddler. I don't know the specifics of it. Like, I only just heard about it today, and I just remember hearing him on the radio, like this fucking over-opinionated boomer. And then when I heard about all the sexual assault charges, I'm like, oh, fuck, righto. Like,
Against men?
yeah.
Yeah.
The forgotten victims.
Not in Trump's America anymore.
No, Trump. No, it's about that, but he's had rumors against him for years and years and years.
Yeah, well, there was allegations in December of 2023, I think, and a bunch of men came out and said that he assaulted him, but it's taken this long before they've actually charged him.
They must. This is going to be blaming the victim, but it's Alan Joyce.
Jones.
I don't care. Who's Alan Joyce then?
I don't know.
Can you Google that? Make sure that we're not going to get caught for slander.
You think about, is it Barnaby Joyce?
No, Alan Joyce. Oh, you might be an author.
Alan Joyce is the former CEO of Qantas Airlines.
Oh, the Irish guy.
Yeah.
I don't mind calling him an old fiddler. He destroyed an Australian icon. He can go fuck himself. Yeah, so who are some of these people? Should we just like start listing off celebrities?
List off the names. No. So he's been done for what? 11 counts of aggravated assault, 9 counts of assault with an act of indecency, and 2 counts of sexual touching.
Sexual touch.
I didn't realize sexual touching was an actual crime.
I think that's like a heavy petting, right?
I don't even know what heavy petting is.
Well, wouldn't
That's
a hand job be a heavy petting? That'd be the heaviest of petting. At the top of the head.
Yeah, but the thing that freaks me out about all this is, like, I actually dove in a bit today just for trying to find some content, and Alan Jones started his career, like his working life, as a school teacher.
Oh, I thought you were going to say like stand-up comedian then. Eh? There's a couple.
But is he one of those I hate gay dudes?
I don't know if he's ever come out and said that straight out, but he was definitely a very opinionated man, so it wouldn't surprise me.
Well, what are some of his opinions? And then we can decide whether he's guilty or not.
I didn't dive in that hard. I don't know. I just remember him on the radio whinging about young people all the
I
time.
actually remember him on the radio, eh?
Yeah?
No.
I had no idea who he was until today when he was all over the news.
I don't think he was on Triple M when I was growing up, or Triple J, or...
Nah, I'm pretty sure he was like on one of those old...
I don't think Alan Jones was like, anyway, that's enough from me. His friends are wrong.
He's on 6PR.
Yeah. Who the fuck listened to 6PR? Dude, I think I'm still too young to listen to 6PR.
I have like I don't have like, because my car's so old, I don't have Bluetooth or anything. I've got one of those plug-in ones you plug into the cigarette lighter.
Yeah.
So like you have to tune it to like a random radio station, which is, at the moment mine's tuned to like 88.0. And every now and again like it drops out, and 88.0 is actually like a Christian radio. So like just driving around listening to seminars sometimes. Or like,
yeah, it's pretty good.
I got some valid points, you know.
Yeah,
I love when those things were really popular. Those plug-in.
It's all I've ever known. Like,
Well, they were huge when I was like 18, 19 when I first got my license, and you'd be cruising down the freeway, and all of a sudden your radio would cut out, and you could hear the car next to you because they had like similar radio stations. That was always fun.
No, I think the pinnacle of technology when I was growing up was you could remove the face of your CD player.
Yeah.
So why would you steal a radio when there was no face on it? But the face was always just under my chair. Like, you didn't have to be Sherlock Holmes to be like, I wonder where he's put it.
I had this Hyundai XL, and I had a tape deck thing that you'd plug in, and it just had a cord out of it, and you could plug directly into that, and somehow it'd play it through the actual tape deck player. So that was pretty fucking cool.
The cassette would go into the cassette player, and then
then you had an aux cord into it. And
hell yeah.
Yeah.
is that your first car?
Yeah, the XL.
I got a Daewoo Lanos.
Yeah, I don't know what I had. I had a Nissan Skybird, which...
You mean a Skyline?
No. No, it was a Skybird. Well, Skybird is a car that Nissan didn't make. So it was just a piece
drew
of...
Nissan on the front of it.
No, it was just a car that had different badges on it. I made $500 of it, but it's... Nice. But going back to Alan Joyce.
Jones.
Okay, yeah, Alan... Yeah, same, you know. But I think have these guys come forward, or have they disappeared? Because I think I know where they might have gone to.
Where?
The Saudi Arabian $1 trillion project. Have you seen the shit that's going on there?
Like 30,000 people.
21,000 people dead.
And another 10,000 suspected.
Missing. Which, yeah.
Casual 30,000.
You don't kind of like disappear in Saudi Arabia. Like you're either gone or you're gone. Like,
well, it's so big they could have just fall. I'm picturing
have
like.
you seen the site though?
Yeah, like I'm picturing like, you know, that like H.H. Holmes like murder hotel that he made. Like it's something like that. Like, and there's just rooms that go to nowhere, and like someone will.
H.H. Holmes.
He was like in the 1920s. He was like one of the first serial killers. He built this hotel, and it was like his private murder hotel.
He had all these trick rooms and doors and stuff where he could like basically move behind the walls and like sneak around and stalk people and
So I'm picturing something like that, and people are just going missing, but they're really like down a garbage chute in the basement or something.
But there's nothing there. Like it is.
I thought it's been built.
No. Like
it's
I've
just
seen
an empty plot of land. Like
it's cleared out. Like it looks like.
I saw the artist rendition. I don't know. I haven't seen the current photo of it.
Yeah, well,
there's a lot of.
Imagine that, and then none of that. Like it's just, how do you lose 30,000 people in digging the whole stage?
Well, they're digging in sand, right? Like soft sand.
Yeah, but like machinery and stuff. Like it's already $1 billion if they've lost 30,000 machines as well. Yeah. Close to. I don't know. I think maybe we should have a moment of silence.
30,000 moments of silence.
A second for each victim. But $1 trillion to build that.
Yeah, and
That's like oil money, right?
yeah.
Saudi Arabia.
Yeah, because like when you hear that so and so is the richest person in the world, they're the richest public person in the world. There's like allegedly there's this like very wealthy Saudi Arabian oil families that are stupidly rich.
Yeah. Yeah, there was Pete Holmes talked the story about it. He was like, "Oh, you got a nice watch," and he was like, "Oh," have it. And it was like $150,000 Rolex, and he's like, "No." He's like, "Don't give a fuck, bro." You know.
And Lil Wayne as well. He was like, "Do you want a One of the guys was like, "Do you want a Lamborghini?" He was like, "Yeah, whatever." He's like, "What color would you want?" He's like, "Oh, like black." He's like, "All right," and then he gets him a black Lamborghini.
Yeah, because like you know what this is more Dubai. You know what like the big thing in Dubai to do to like, measure your dick to see who's like the richest dude is have the lowest number on your license plate. Like if you're in like the top 10, like 2 numbers, it's like hundreds and thousands of dollars. And it's like if I'm number 1, it's kind of like saying I'm number 1 in Dubai. Yeah, these are rich people things,
Never understand that.
Shit we don't have to worry about.
Yeah, I'm still stoked that I can buy shit in America and get it flown here. As like, welcome to the future, ladies and gentlemen. You want to read my notes? Bring up the next topic.
Did you guys hear about that 14-year-old baseball player that got signed for a
did.
$4 million contract?
I did hear about that kid. Crazy. Did you see it?
I read it, yeah.
Yeah. Did you see it?
Yeah, remind me of that scene in the bench warmers.
Yeah.
It is that. So what happened was it was a 14-year-old kid that was playing in the under 12 national finals for Dominican Republic. He was just smashing it. At 14, got offered. By the time he was 18, was going to get offered a $4 million contract from one of the major league teams, and it turned out he was 19 the whole time, which is not as impressive.
Yeah.
Just a 19-year-old smashing 14-year-old kids.
But he must have looked.
Sounds like an Alan Jones podcast. If you
He must have been young looking. Like
he did.
Yeah.
Like in the photos,
was he short?
No, wasn't he like 6 foot something?
No,
Yeah,
but he
but that's
very,
short for the Dominicans.
like hairless. Like he was, like he could pass for 14-year-old.
Right.
A big 14-year-old, but still, I'd throw $4 million at him. Like, yeah, you got it.
To do what?
Okay, I didn't think that far, but to play baseball. Fuck. To go fix up that hole in Saudi Arabia. How are we going for time? 38 minutes. You need to bring notes. We've got 20 minutes to
talk
kill.
about.
Oh, what do you want to talk
I
about?
was reading about that, like the guy in Bicton that killed his mum. And then
Recently?
Yeah.
Yeah, took
Well,
out
no, it was-
3 insurance policies against
Yeah,
her.
well, I think it was back in 2020, but he's gone to court about it now. But
She died in the shower, right?
that's what it looks like.
Yeah.
Or how
Oh,
he made it
full
look.
psycho style?
Yeah, it took out heaps of like
In Bicton?
yeah.
Oh.
Well, that's the thing. It was like years ago now, or like 3 or 4 years ago. But I was thinking, and I don't know if this is the right way to use the term, like 6 degrees of separation from murder.
Okay.
Yeah, because
Of Kevin Bacon, but
is that a movie? Or is that
no, 6 degrees of Kevin Bacon. Isn't that the thing? Where
is
you,
it?
it's like you're going to talk about this Bicton murder, and then you can 6
No,
degrees
it got
back
me
to
thinking
it to
about
Kevin
it.
Bacon.
So, just like murders that have happened in your life.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I've had 2.
Was one in Melville?
No.
Because there was one on the side of the road in Melville in the house. They had like snippets of like this dude catching the bus, and it was like if anyone saw anything, but it's in like just a weird blind spot in the suburbs. But she got murdered, and I remember driving home from day shift, and they had like a big blue tent, and I thought, how fucking cheap do you have to be to set up like a wedding party out because this was like a weird front yard right on the side of a busy road, and I'm like, where are these people going to park? And it turned out it was just the homicide squad going through the house, and I thought because it looked cool, but was not the wedding reception.
Yeah. When I was 14, my first job was at Leonard's, the
Chicken
butcher
place.
shop that just sells chicken.
Yeah.
And
Is
then
that still a
It's
thing?
still, there's a couple still around, or
Yeah.
you can just get them in like Woolies now.
Yeah.
But one day the CEO comes and visits the store, and like he just like meets and greets.
If it's Alan Jones and he touched you up, it's like fuck.
Do like a
Fuck, this
meet and greet.
podcast just got whoa.
He like shakes her hands and shit, and then he leaves. And then it was like a few weeks after that. I think he was in Perth, and he gets arrested at some like hotel in the city because he murdered his gay lover in some kind of like spat.
In East Perth?
I think so. Yeah.
No, this the suitcase?
Nah.
Because I knew a dude that lived very close to. It was like a little Asian gay dude in East Perth, and he got murdered. And I think they put him in a suitcase. Fuck, we are very insensitive to murders that are happening in our community.
Isn't that what happened to Lloyd Rainey's wife as well? She got
No,
put in the
we won't talk about that. But it was.
He's a
I was-
sponsor. So.
I was working in the city, and he was just having lunch next to me, and I was like, "Holy fuck, that's Lloyd Rainey!" And it was right after like the news broke about the alleged murder.
Murder.
Yeah. Well, because you know what happened with that was, well, that was the dude that sued me.
Lloyd
That's
Rainey.
my 6 degrees of Lloyd Rainey. Is I got sued by another comedian, and so the defamation case with Lloyd Rainey was, they said the media asked the head of police or whatever is Lloyd Rainey a suspect, and he just said, at the moment Lloyd Rainey is a suspect, and at the moment he's the only suspect that we have, kind of insinuating like we think that's the dude that did it, you know. And anyway, he got this big head honcho defamation lawyer and won and became the biggest defamation case in Australian history. And a dude that sued me got that lawyer to sue me for $2,000. Yeah. And I called Corey White immediately, another Perth comic, and we both laughed about it for a long time. And finally we dragged it out. And it was like super confidential. Like I couldn't tell anyone about this. But he was such a fucking weirdo that he started calling up like certain friends of mine in the comedy scene saying, tell Sean to respond to my lawyer's email. And they're like, what the fuck is going on over there? And I was like, I didn't say it. And it ended up costing me $2,000. And I went on GoFundMe and raised the money in like 4 hours. But, did you guys know that story?
Yeah, I think you told me.
Yeah.
God damn, getting sued, that must be nerve-wracking. Had you ever been sued before that?
No, it was just at a bad time. Like I had personal stuff going on with mum in hospital and stuff. So it was a bit shocking. And then Corey White just took it upon himself just to look after it for me. So
Lovely.
yeah. And then, I won't tell that story.
Corey murdered someone.
Corey murdered the dude in Melville.
Yeah, I got a weird 6 degrees of separation from a murder. There's a real
Dude, this has got a whole new vibe to it. The 6
we're
Degrees
just-
podcast.
We're just going to talk about murder the whole time.
I have another one as well.
Well, I lived in a house when I was like a kid, and when we moved out, the people that moved in there had their kid abducted and murdered like a couple of months after we left, and it was a really famous case where we're from in Gippsland, and it was
Queensland?
no, Gippsland in Victoria.
Oh, yeah.
Jaden Lesky case. It was quite a big deal.
Jaden Lesky. That's not the bus stop kid, is it?
No, it's they
Daniel something.
I think that's the bus
Yeah.
stop kid in.
this one they cut like a pig's head off and threw it through the window and all sorts of crazy shit.
Were they
What?
Yeah.
You skipped over some stuff.
They cut a pig's head off and threw it through the window. I think the same night they abducted the kid.
Because they were.
I don't know, because they're crazy murderers.
But what? At the same house?
Yeah, same house.
Because, no, I'm not going to. But there was one, it was a. Dude, this has gone full. It only takes like 3 episodes for all podcasts to turn into murder podcasts. But no, there was another one. It was an Asian kid, or he might have been Vietnamese. I think it might be Sydney or Melbourne. but he
Pretty sure
killed.
Vietnamese or Asians.
Thanks. But he killed his whole family and put all swastikas all through the house.
To like make it look like
Make
a hate
it look
crime.
like a hate crime. Yeah. And then I think he fucked up the swastika. I think. But
Just drew a square.
the try sticker.
but like but this is the weird thing. How I remember it was the cops saying, "This doesn't look like any hate crime I've ever seen." It's like, just the cops being like, "I've seen a lot of swastikas. These aren't any swastikas I've ever seen."
You just started doing the cool S.
Oh yeah. The Slipknot S.
Yeah.
Yeah, I worked with a guy that got murdered as well, eh?
Yeah.
Yeah, like a labourer on site. And one day we went into work, me and the other apprentice, and we were like, "Oh, where's Maddie?" And then like the tradie's face just like dropped, and he's like, "You didn't hear?" And we were like, "What?" And he's like, "Oh, so last night Matt's brother, sister, and dad, some kind of fight happened, and he got chopped up into pieces and buried in the backyard."
Jesus.
Yeah.
Jeez.
And that was in, I don't know, I want to say it was like Hammy Hill before the gentrification, so it kind of makes sense. But
Hammy Hill.
No, there was one in Hammy Hill, and it was like a Big Brother camera was on the bus stop, and this old dude walked behind the bushes, and then another dude like in a hoodie walked not that far behind him, but it was like literally he got murdered behind the bushes of like the camera pan, so you couldn't see shit. And where they found the body was like right behind the bushes and all sorts of shit.
Jesus.
Yeah.
Dee's mum, my girlfriend's mum, when she was in high school, her guidance counsellor was the main suspect for the Claremont killings.
Oh, no way.
Yeah.
Yeah. Not
Was
the
he
guy
the
that got,
Claremont?
no, not the guy that got convicted, but he was the main suspect for like years and years before they found out and linked it with like Telstra work pants and
No, it
Telstra
wasn't.
cars.
He was. Did he end up working at Telstra? That dude?
The
'Cause
actual
they-
murderer, yeah.
Because I remember that Telstra was like a theory, but they only called the Claremont serial killer because they had all the evidence in the evidence room, and they had a box of this crime and a box from that crime, and they didn't tie it together. It was like come on a kimono.
No, that was the
Which
first
if it's
prowling one
come
he
on a
got.
kimono, you would have been suspect number one.
No, they found fibres that were linked to work shorts that Telstra used at a specific time during the murders, and that's how they managed to link it. And then there was always like old white like Telstra station wagon that was sort of seen.
Yeah.
And he used to work for Telstra, so like comms or some shit, because he'd attacked a woman in a hospital.
Well, because that's how they kind of.
But he ran off after that, and I think he actually got convicted for that.
Well, because that's
Let
how they
out.
kind of thought it was. It was some like this was the theory was that it was he was working the phone booth or something, and the phone booth kind of went to his phone, and then that's kind of
For
how.
like taxis or something. Or?
Well, that was kind of like the whole conspiracy. That's how they tapped into like the Telstra phone booths. Was that it kind of the call went straight to him, and yeah.
Murder.
Killing is like not what it used to be. It used to be all fun and games back in the day, but now it's all you got to be careful.
Yeah, don't do it in your work pants.
No, you thought about killing anyone?
Not recently, no.
No, you?
No, not recently.
Me either. What an exciting way to finish the podcast. No, well,
If you could get away with it, is there anyone you would in human history? Like, anyone stick out for you?
in history,
Or just in general?
there's a few. Franz Ferdinand, I always thought had it coming. I don't think his death would have any issues, right? Just shoot him in public and see what happens. No, I tried thinking of a joke about how, like, if you could kill anyone, who would it be? And I'd say Adolf Hitler, and they would say, "But Adolf Hitler's already dead." And I'd be like, "You're welcome." A lot of my first dates don't go out there. Don't end up in second dates.
Lovely.
Well, we got to get back to work. So I'm Sean Conway,
I'm George Evans.
And I'm Jack Smith.
and this has been Smoko Bros.
Hey guys, you still here? Well, make sure to like and subscribe the podcast and tell all your friends. Bye!